Take that side of the lemon, put it in your mouth, and bite it. Boy, if you could see some of the frowning faces that I see here. Even the people who've heard it before. See? Even the people, Mr. Moore, I know, I got you. I see you frowning up there. Even the people who've heard it before. Now look, when I was 19 years old, when that was done to me, I said that was powerful and it was scary. Anybody tell me why? And don't tell me if you've already heard the story, because you know what to say. Who hasn't heard the story? Why is it powerful? Why is it scary what my teacher did? Anybody tell me? Yes, ma'am.
Well, you visualize it.
Okay.
All the way through. You feel it. You feel the lemon. Your body begins to respond.
All right, say that again. You feel the lemon. Where were you feeling it at, Clyde? Where? Taste bud. How many people felt a little uncomfortable right in here? Raise your hand if you did. See? Look, I knew that a human being, when my teacher did that a human being can stand up before people and make them salivate. Just talking. Salivate, folks. Make you have pain here. Just talking. I said, wow. And my teacher could do that. She could make you smell bleach. She could make the room hot. And then she could make it cold. Just talking. I'm going to do something, folks. Behind me, you hear two dogs barking behind me. One is yap, yap, yap. The other, gruff, gruff, gruff. Raise your hand if you see the dogs. Raise your hand if you see a little dog and a big dog. Did I say it was a little dog and a big dog? No. I learned something else. Merely using words can create images that I want you to see. I wanted you to see a little dog and a big dog, and I just used the sound of words. I've got to use a chair for this one. I got to use a chair for this one because I've seen lawyers like Robert Jones. I've seen lawyers like Robert Jones take an emotion and put it into an object. Now, what are you talking about, Tyrone? Take an emotion and put it into an object. Mr. Smith was at home when the police knocked on the door. And when he walked to the door, the officer told him that his son was killed. Mr. Smith didn't say a word. He turned and walked into the room, his favorite chair. And he'd sit there all day. From here on out, that chair becomes an object of pain. And people are going to feel it because of the association of Mr. Smith. That chair becomes an object of pain. And Tyrone, you're saying to yourself, now what does all that have to do with anything? What does it have to do with a trial? Because I began to realize that human beings we're just all regular human beings, folks. And those jurors are just regular human beings. and we tell them stories, and we get into their lives, and we make them a part of your lives. One of the things that people will always tell you, when I tell a story, it's calculated. I just don't tell a story. All of my stories are universal. They will cut across all barriers. Everybody can relate to them. Let me get an example. Come on up. And look, folks, this probably doesn't affect you guys if you just do a lot of DWIs and those type of cases. Grab a seat. But if you've tried cases, how many of you tried impossible cases? You know what I mean? You're walking in and you're guilty before you get into the front door. I mean, those. This is what I'm talking about. And folks, let me tell you something, folks. I called him because I know that's what all he tries. But look, let me tell you something, folks. Those are the ones we need for you guys to try. We don't need you trying just to do DWIs. And I've seen these lawyers, look, and I love them. But these lawyers tell me I tried DWI cases and I got 15 not guilties in a row. Okay. You start trying some of them impossible cases. You grow on them impossible cases, right? When they got 5 witnesses against you. You know what I mean? Your client has been in prison 3 times for the same thing. You know what I mean? And he wants to testify, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those type of cases, folks. And look, there is an atmosphere in a courtroom. If you don't think it, then you haven't tried an impossible case. An impossible case is one when the words of the case, the indictment is read, the atmosphere of the room will change. Well, I need to keep my time up because, you know, I mess it up real bad, folks. I don't want to keep you out any longer than we have to, and it's bad weather. The atmosphere of the room changes. And let me prove it to you. I don't say nothing if I can't prove it. I'm a lawyer, right? My client is charged with, but he's a fine man. I mean, before I tell you what he's charged with. Charismatic, everybody loves him everywhere he goes. He walks into a room and everybody opens up for him. He's like that, rich. Women like him, guys admire him. He's one of those type of guys. But we're in court now. And Judge Guinea is on the bench and she reads the indictment. She said, he's charged with aggravated sexual assault of a 6-year-old. And for some reason, Robert, the judge, they read my indictments twice. I don't know why. He's charged with aggravated sexual assault of a 6-year-old. Now look, folks, I don't want you to be lawyers. For the little while I have, let's stop being lawyers. Let's just be regular people, normal like we were before we went to law school, okay? Just regular, what's in your gut? In your gut. There's a word. And if you're thinking about it too much, that's not the right word. It's the word that comes out of your gut. What is it? Guilty, that's another one. What's another one? Mad, what's another one? Piece of crap. I need to maybe stop at piece of crap, right? What's another one? What's the word? In your gut, what is it? Sick, huh?
Starts with an F.
Huh?
Starts with an F.
Well, go ahead and say it, man. We're lawyers. In your gut, that's the word. Now, look, folks, let me tell you something. I don't know how many courses you've taken on jury selection, but all that stuff about beyond a reasonable doubt, and the state has to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, doesn't mean nothing when it's in your gut. They've already made up their mind. They just haven't told you. It's already in your... Now, look, let's stop right now. If we don't go any further, how many of you think he's going to get a fair trial? See? Even if the judge, I don't care what how the judge admonishes them, that's for the appellate lawyers, y'all know that. But we know the trial lawyers, it don't matter. It's in the gut. It's when it's in the gut, you got to go to the gut to get it out. Powerful stories. When I was look folks, being a lawyer, I don't get to pick up my daughter much. One day I had to pick her up, and I went to that school. And when I went to that school, you know what? They wouldn't let me take her. I gave them all types of identifications. I said, yeah, we got the same name, folks, same last name. I convinced them as much as I could. No, can't take her. Went back to McCall, came back, no, can't take her. And it wasn't until my daughter came down the hallway and said, yeah, that's my dad. They let me take her. I didn't get mad at those folks. They protected my daughter. And we're a society to protect our women and our children. And I didn't get mad at you. When the judge read the indictment, all the ladies on the front row pulled back. Gentlemen frowned at me. That's all right. I understand. We're a society to protect our women and our children. There's nothing worse than this type of case, except one thing. An innocent person being charged in this type of case. Listen to the silence. Go to the word. Where's another word? In your gut. Tell me what's the word. What are the words now in your gut? Anybody? Innocent son. I want her right now on my jury right here. What's another word? Fairness. Fairness. What's another word?
Scared.
Scared. What's another word? Curious. Okay, we're going to stop there. Simple story can cut into the guts. Simple story. You got to be willing to tell it, though. Let me tell you something. Folks, can y'all give him a hand for helping me out? Thanks. Let me tell you something, folks. I learned a lot. I've been doing this 33 years. I've learned a lot what to do, and I learned a lot what not to do. The most important thing I've learned is to be human up here. It's all right to tell those people you're scared. Scared doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong. It means you're strong. And they can identify with you being scared. Tell your stories in such a way that it goes to a universal theme in voir dire. And there's not a concept in your case that you cannot tell a story from your life and the jury could see it. Let me show you an example. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you remember your very first car? Can I see it? Usually guys do. It's sort of a rite of passage for guys. I remember mine, folks, in 1969 Malibu, kept it clean every day, washed it, waxed it every other day. And I was in law school. And I know we don't have any lawyers out here, but I was in law school. And if you go to law school, you know how difficult it is. You stay up late studying. And I was in the library late, 11 o'clock one night, and I was studying, and I left, go to my car, and then I forgot something. I go back up to my library spot where I was studying. I came back. That car was gone. And I haven't seen that car from this day. Now, if I was on a jury like you folks are, and a young man was charged with stealing a car, how many of you think I would be a good juror for that type of case? Can I see that? How many of you think I would not be a good juror for that case? Can I see that? But look, I'm a lawyer. Why? All the judge could do is instruct me to disregard. I understand the presumption of innocence. Why is it that you don't think I'd be a good juror for that case? Anybody? Huh? What'd you say, sir?
It happened to you.
All right. All right. personal experience, but once again, I'm a lawyer. Can I just say, look, Judge, I can disregard that. What do you think?
Like you're saying in your gut, you really don't want to hang the guy.
All right, right. You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm a lawyer. If it was all the way guilty, or it was all the way innocent, that'd be easy. But what if it was close? You see what I mean, folks? And if it's close, I'm not sure if I'm making a decision on my own personal experiences or the facts in this case. You with me, folks? I don't care what the judge tell me about, I can disregard it. You know, I really can't. You know, I really can't. Now, this is a murder case. I want to talk about some of your personal experiences with violence. Y'all see where I'm going, right? Simple story, I've connected a part of my life to this incident, and I let them see that I could be prejudiced also. It's all right for you to be prejudiced, folks, because I am. We talk about, let me tell you something, and look, folks, when I say take control of the room, Lane, you know what I'm talking about. There's some, and Show Irving, you know what I mean. Take control of the room. Tell your story. You know what? I went to law school, I took all these CLE courses, I did all this, and you know who taught me demonstrative evidence? How to put on the demonstrative evidence? My 4-year-old daughter. You know why? She was in preschool, and they were studying the planets and how they circle and how far one planet was from another. And I asked her, how far is Venus from Earth? She said, oh, Daddy, that's easy. She said, Dad, this is Earth. This is Venus. Well, I'm looking for a big number. That's all she said. This is Earth. This is